Welcome, welcome, welcome. 90 nights, night 28. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another night gardening episode. And can you believe it is night 28? Night 1, 2, 3, up to 28. Welcome, and it is raining. It's still drizzling a bit. So my whole area is wet. I can't even set up myself well right there. But today, and also you've noticed the other containers are not here. But then we move. So welcome to another nice episode. My table is also wet. We got a very heavy downpour 30 minutes ago, and the whole place is flooded. This place was dry. And now there's water on the floor. It is flooded, and so sorry to the families that have lost loved ones because of the floods. It is not only in this region that the rains are heavy, it's all around the country. Very heavy rains. So I pray that God comforts the families that have lost loved ones, and everyone please stay safe. So it's another night to work in the garden. I need to bring some things. So an update as I continue working. It is cold. It is cold. The garden is flooded. Like seriously flooded. I don't know what's up with the rains. But at least my chili fruits, the sunflowers, I have some Swiss chard, I have some kales that I planted. They are safe. Then for the other containers, they are outside because this whole area is flooded. So I don't know if I'll be able to bring them in. But first I'd like us to work on our cucumber. So you remember that the cucumbers need support. So this is the only container I brought inside. Then I did remove the other trough, but as you can see, the radish is already, it's getting established. It looks much stronger. I'll bring you closer so that you can see. At least now they are not laying down, they are standing as they should. So there's something new. The other containers are outside there, but the place is flooded. Yes, right there where you see there's a big tree there, Euphorbia cotinofolia. So I usually place them under the shade, but there they can get the sun, and at least it's partially shaded, so it's not that strong. And they can also get some rainwater to just boost them, because the rainwater has I think it has like some sort of growth hormones to just help plants to shoot up so fast. So when we started our cucumber plants, now my book is not even here because my area is wet, but we'll just work with this so that we can get night. Imagine we are at night 28 from night 1. And things are looking good. So if tomorrow, at least if the area is at least dry, because it is rainy, it wants to rain just right now again. So I don't want to bring a lot of things to the table. So I have a bottle here. So today it's DIY. It's a DIY episode in the night garden. So we only got, for the cucumber seeds we planted, remember as I was showing you every step, and there are seeds that I planted. I showed you the number of seeds that I planted. I showed you when they were germinating. I showed you when they were sprouting, which is so nice to follow that whole process. And then we transplanted, and that one I recorded. So now for the cucumber plants, these ones are lovers of which nutrients? They are lovers of K, potassium. They also need the P. Now we use a lot of banana water. By the way, I do have banana water in a bottle somewhere out there. I will bring it because I have to strain it, and I fermented the banana water for, it is more than a year fermenting the banana water, so I know it is good for use. But then now I have some other banana peels I've been saving, but I don't want to add them directly to the water. Let me just get the pills. These are the pills. A bottle, and that's my DIY tool that I use on the table. Let me look for it. Where is my DIY tool, by the way? Oh, and what is down here is the sugar cane is here. So that one I'll be able to give you an update. Let me get so that we start working on the bottle. Then I can show you what I want to do. So it's like I've misplaced my my DIY tool, or somebody mistook it. Okay, let me just get another one here. Remember that I have one here. So my goal is to create something that I have to. So this is an old, first of all, this is an old mop stick. You see? A broomstick, huh? So that is what I want to reuse. So I want to push it in, but then on top I want to create something that is like a cross. Because this cucumber will shoot like this, so this one will shoot and this one will shoot, and all of them will have plenty of leaves. Now if I only say I will support them with this stick, just one like this, then it means all the leaves will like have to touch each other. They'll be so close together and there will not be good airflow for the leaves. And if they don't have good airflow, I'm thinking that it's like a breeding ground for pests and diseases, because the leaves, they will not get good sun exposure. There's no good airflow and it will not be good. Then I want to attach it here because now it will be easy to move this container in and out, because I'm also thinking of making some holes because they are heavy. So if I can make some holes on the side, so that I can use something to lift them or to like drag them when I'm bringing them inside. So that is something else I'm still working on as I go around. Then this bottle is for the waste, but then what I'm going to start with are just the banana peels. So I wanted a bottle with the top, but I did not get one. There are some in the garden, but then there are some in the sacks that I grew some. I planted some onions. I think I've shared a video in one of my social media platforms, in one or two of them. I got some onions and also the tomatoes, plenty of bottles. So I don't, although if you use the sacks, you can't use them for too long. I don't think I'll be able to reuse them again unless I get some new cement sacks, because on the sides they look torn. But then I will just try. I'll see what I can do. So this is I want to cut it so that I push in. Then I will just make a tiny hole on the side, just at the bottom, not on the side, at the bottom, like this point and this point, so that when I want to water it, I'll be watering it through this using this bottle, so that the water, as the peels break down and ferment, they can supply the nutrients. I know these ones are fresh peels, but I already have banana water. But also using the kitchen waste, it's good to see how it will perform. Remember, we have three plants in one small container. Then they are down there, but it's okay, they will shoot up, and I have to top up compost. So as they shoot up, I will top up compost, so it will be okay. You remember how I planted the strawberries? It looked as if they are down, but now the plant is up here, like really shining. It's I can see it right outside there. I will bring it later. So what I want to do is first to work on this bottle. Now, because it's raining so much in the field where I started I told you that I also started where I planted the onions. You remember the video where I harvested plenty of onions, so many onions. I shared a video on onions. I got like very good onions. There are plenty of weeds now waiting for me, so there's a lot of work in the garden. Now I want to try and make it there was a stick that could fit inside here. It would be good. This one cannot fit. It's big. Something to just, I'm trying to straighten it. But okay, once I cut it, I think once I cut it, it will be okay, because now I can reach down there. Like that. Okay. Once I cut it, I know I will be able to reach down here like can just start cutting it. If this side were like big enough, like I wouldn't have to struggle to, or maybe I should not cut it here. I can change the plan, because I just wanted to cut it so that it's easy to push in the peels. But you can reuse this bottle. These bottles are very handy, especially when I was growing during gardening in drought. They are so handy, because now I could just, the ones that I have in the containers, and even when I was growing my zucchini, I would just come, even when it is so hot, once I add water to the bottles, you see the plant revives, and it's without harming the roots. Because if you just water directly and it is so hot like that, the plant goes into shock. But if the water goes deep down inside, because deep down inside the soil is not that hot, the temperature is not that high like on the surface, so they are so handy in the garden. So maybe I should just make the spaces down here. If I make the spaces down here without having to open it, because I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I may get like a top somewhere. So change of plans, change of plans. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create the spaces down here, which are supposed now to release the water to the plants. So I'll just use this corner that is easy. Because I've seen I can just fit the peels inside. So I'm making it's a tiny hole. It's not so big, because the water should just seep in slowly. Here I've created an opening. I've created an opening, and it is just a small I don't think you'll be able to see it. Just a small opening. Maybe if I pour in some water, you'll be able to see. So on this side, and then I need to make something, another one on this other side. So one more on this other side. if one goes here, one goes like this, one goes like this, let me make another small hole here. I don't want it to be so big. It is too big, the water will rush out too fast. It's supposed to just sip slowly. So this other side too, and this side. That is step one. So the next thing, I need to find a way to like I'm going to use an old wire. To just tie it like this. I'm just looking at how it would work. Let me see if I can reuse the nets before I get a wire, the nets that I usually use in the garden. So this bottle, I don't want to push it in. If I push in, this thing has been outside and in the rain, so the excess water is flowing out of the container and making the table wet. It has rained and rained and rained. So good thing I made some nice drainage holes so that the excess will just go out. So this is what I use in the garden for support. They work so well. Remember, I've told you in my garden I do a lot of DIY. I reuse a lot of things. So I want to tie it, then I can look for wire to see if it can work. Because I need to like see how it will work. Then remember also for the tomatoes are looking good. We should be transplanting some tomatoes this week. And it's called what? The watermelon. Also looking good. So I want to see if what I'm thinking, if it can work like this, huh? This is the top side, huh? If it does not work like this, it means I will get a container, place it on top here, then use the container. Okay, let us try this first. So this is how I want it to be. Let me see if this can work first. Then I have some wire I can use to now really secure it tightly. First we try and see how it looks. Then I can get a wire. Okay, let me see. How am I going to do this thing? Unless you want me to put it on top. Use nails. That would mean using I do have the nails. Because if I use the wire, so how will I make sure that this top part does not slide down? Wow, we need some engineers in the house. We need some engineers in the house. Engineers in the house, how will this thing work? Tie one piece first, then try tying another one. Now how would I tie it up there? Let me just try first, so that I don't tie it with the wire and then I have to undo everything. Because if I can get, I do have the nails. So we tie one piece first, see how it works, how it looks. If it's something feasible, then you can go on from there. So like that, huh? So that the strings that are coming from the cucumber, I can spread them. So I will have to make holes on the side. Huh? The last time I planted the cucumbers and I had to support them, I was using like heavy stones to just act as an anchor at the bottom of the bed. So that is where I was tying the string. Then it comes to the base of the plant, and now I continue supporting the plant as it goes up. So this is what I want to have. And I was thinking I want 2 of them. So I don't know if one will be sufficient, because I don't want the leaves to, I want like to spread the leaves evenly. Then the bottle, will just be like, I will just place it here on the, I will not push it inside, it will just be on the surface here. So it's a good thing the way I planted them. The bottle will be there, just on the surface. So that is where I'll be placing. Then the stick will be on one side. The stick I will push it in so that at least the soil will hold the stick, because it's not going to take a lot of real estate in the container. If I was to push the bottle in, the bottle would like take like some very big space. The stick will not take a lot of space. So before I push it in, I think I need to hit it with use a hammer, drive some nails. Let's just see if this will work. It will be all good. It's an easy method to get it done. So now already I'm thinking of how I'm going to work, but there it is. It will hold. As long as these things, I keep them tight. And these nets are durable. The ones that I use in the garden to support the tomatoes, they are still there. They are stronger than the other the other supports that I bought. The twine that I bought. Whether I bought a big roll of twine and I don't know where the rest went to, and the others, it's like after they get burnt by the sun, they get scorched, they cut so easily. They become so weak very fast. So this is it. So it will just be a matter of working, of checking every day to make sure that this thing does not move down. But I've secured it so well. So maybe if I get something smaller, if not this one, that can go across. But even if I don't add it now, we can start with what we have. Then, as the plant continues, as we continue monitoring the plant as it is growing, then we can add. So now, I want to add the beans inside. So the tiny holes, the water will just seep out slowly. If I get like a cup for here, then it means I can control. I can stop even if I want. The day I don't want it to like go that fast, because when it is open, the air pressure will push out the water fast. But when it is when you close it, at least you control, you reduce the pressure on the water, so it goes down very slowly. So I wanted to cut the top the top so that it's easy to push in, but also the top is important if you want to control the pressure. Wow, so we get them all in there. Some are super dry. It's okay. Then now I also need, because now we have the watermelon, the tomatoes, I need to get now the water and also the fermented tea. Let's be able to push all these things inside. Just divide it like that. Or if I twist, it goes in easily. If you twist it round. I hope you can see well. I'll just push them down. And for today, I'm almost done. For today, I don't think I will add water because already the soil is saturated. It has a lot of water because it was outside in the rain. So maybe tomorrow, then now I can start just adding water. When I want to water it, instead of pouring water on the soil surface, I'll be using this bottle so that it just seeps slowly. Cucumbers also love the soil to be moist. And then they love deep watering. Like if you do deep watering, twice, 2 or 3 times in a week, they will be good. And the rest of the time the soil just remains, because if you do deep watering, the soil remains moist. The excess goes, then the soil just remains moist. So I will twist it like that. Yes, if you twist it, it goes in easily. Wow, almost done. Some of the peels were like dry. These ones are, this should be 2 weeks. They've just been on the table on the side. I usually point to this other side. But I do have plants that other side, but it's so dark. Where I have, that is where I have the succulent hanging right there and the other plants. I promise I will give a tour as I continue working, so we will get there. We are on day 28. Wow, this is amazing. We got to day 28. Amazing, amazing. And now the plants that were looking funny, the starts are now taking shape, getting their true leaves, looking really nice. So many insects around. Let me put this aside. So now the next thing, so I already know how I'm going to position. You see how you're going to position. So for the stick, let me turn it like this. This would be a good point. Because there's 1, 2, 3 here. So this side, the bottle will be here, and the other, wow, like the nice new leaves are coming. It is nice, huh? I will bring you closer to see. So the stick will go right here. And also I know the roots, there is no big mesh of roots at the moment because they have been in the container for, is it 3 days? Should be like 3 or so days if I check my records. Good thing is that, okay, this place is still getting wetter. Good thing is that we're recording everything as we go. So at least, now, this thing, if I use a, although now it cannot move, it is strong. I've secured it really well using these ties. So even if the plant is heavy, let me see if I try. I've secured it really well. Perhaps there's no need of using nails. So here, I don't know whether you'll be able to see. I will move the camera. And just push it down. And you know that it is wet. So it stands like that. So let me get something that I can use to show you. Yes, you see? So I wanted it to be like an X. Let me just set you properly. I like my garden DIYs. They're usually simple, but they work. Simple, I just use what I have in the garden, but they work. So, you see? And then, that is the new leaf I was talking about. Now, as the plant continues growing, they will like come up. Remember the strawberry that was like this, but then now it has come up, and then I also need space to add to top up with more soil, more compost from my compost. It is so wet outside there. It has rained so heavily. My compost is somewhere there. Here is where I have the fermented tea. There's a drum somewhere here. There, this one. Then at the very end is where I have the compost. So I need space to, like, if it was like to the top, it would also be hard to water. So that's why I start them like this. So you'll just see as we continue the live pictures, as we continue growing, then we can compare. So that is the new leaf there. That one is also, this one, remember this one was small originally, and then the other one is on this side. And also for the bottle, I can remove it because right now it does not have any. So if by the time the plants are like they need support, I would have made the holes, because I need to make the holes on the side where I will be tying I'll just be reusing these nets. These nets, they work well, because look at this the work that they've done up there, and it is strong. So that is what I will use to secure, and even to secure this stake. So I will have to make holes on this side. The time will not allow me to do that, although I already have the metal and the charcoal jiko. I will do it. We will do it in due time, because right now we still need the plant to come up. Then now we can start the plants on supporting. But so far, so good. We are hoping we can get some nice cucumbers. And also our bottle is here, well filled. So when I want to water, what I do is just to use the bottle. I just add water to the bottle and just let it seep in slowly. Also, the container is not that big, so even if it is deep watering, it is not that big. You just let it seep in slowly, add some more water, let it seep in again, and once I see the container is well watered, I just leave it so that it can continue growing. So that is the DIY for night 28. This thing was in my mind. I was just thinking of how I can support it now, because now we still have tomatoes that also need support. I've just dealt with one, and I still have the watermelon. The watermelon, if I don't think of an idea of how I'm going to support it, be dragging it in and out, because the fruits are usually heavy. It's not like the cucumbers. The cucumbers are light. So this one will do. I will just add, and in case of anything, I was saying I can always hit it with a nail so that it can support. And once I secure this stake here, it will be good. Just tying it and using this my DIY net, my DIY strings, my DIY ties will do good. So I want to give you also an update of our radish. So the other containers, the place is flooded. So let's look at our radish that is for night 28. So remember, they were weak. So the very first leaves, these ones usually they will die, and that is what is happening. But now you also notice the plant is becoming stronger, and now you see that it is upright. Remember when they were small, they were looking so frail and thin, but now they are taking shape. So these yellow ones, normally they will just die, and then the plant continues now growing there. It continues. You see the fresh leaves emerging from that point, like that. Even this one, there's a small one right there. This one, there's another one right there, and for this one, another one right there. So for the radish, they are looking good. So that is the update and DIY for night 28. Today I could not set up because you see, it is white. It has rained heavily, but at least we've been able to work in the garden for night 28, and I've come up with a DIY. It will be interesting now to see how we get to support to make the holes, and once the plant grows, how I will support it up there. Now for this one, I can even remove it for the time being, but at least now I know I have sorted that issue. The next issue I need to sort is the holes all around. So thank you so much for tuning in for night 28. Night 28. Wow. We are almost there. We are almost there. We are almost there. We are doing good. We are doing good. So that will be a wrap for night 28. Catch me tomorrow as we work on something else in my night garden. And that is bye.